like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, a.k.a. B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All the YouTube page, you know what I'm saying? Hit that notification bell button, subscribe, and get all updated content. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all. So we have a very, very good show for y'all tonight. Before, again, y'all get started, go and hit that like button, share, subscribe as well. In our ticker right there, you can see right below, Cash App is $ BJ Matthews. If you guys want to show love to Pull Up Basketball Podcast, definitely appreciate all the love, support. We're going to keep this rolling. You know what I'm saying? E-Story Learning, what's good with you, man? Welcome to the show. Thank you for saying hit that like button. Like he said, hit that like button, get the notifications out there, people, because we got a fire show for y'all today, right? We're going to be talking about this guy right here, the Terminator, okay, the Claw, the star forward for the LA Clippers, who will be making his return this upcoming season after a torn ACL in the playoffs back in 2021. Y'all know what I'm saying? Mr. Kawhi Leonard, two-time NBA champion, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, two-time, seven-time All-Star, two-time Finals MVP, forgot to say that. The best two-way player, in my opinion, in this era, right? Has the highest winning percentage anybody in NBA playoff history. That's any player in the NBA history. He has the highest winning percentage in the playoffs. I bet some of y'all did not know that, right? He is the top two player, in my view, the best. You're going to get to all that, man. Appreciate that comment. Appreciate that comment, sir. Did I miss anything? You know what I'm saying? We know who he is, man. We know who Kawhi Leonard is. He is a man amongst boys. He's going to be coming back this season after a torn ACL injury, like I said. And this is a subject we want to talk about. Is Kawhi Leonard a top 5 NBA player? Okay. Is Kawhi Leonard a top 5 NBA player? Now, just if you would have asked me this question back about a year ago around this time, before the injury happened, hell yeah, he was a top 5 NBA player. In my opinion, he was the best player in the Western Conference. You know what I'm saying? At last year in the 2021 playoffs, he was the best player in the Western Conference. He was better than LeBron, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic, anybody else I miss? Right? He was the best player in the Western Conference just a season ago. Nikola Jokic, and then on the Eastern Conference, it was Kevin Durant. But this is all going to be opinionated because people always have their opinions. People always have barbershop talk. People always have situations where they want to ask, who's the best player, who's this, who's that. And, all us as NBA fans can do is continue to, speculate and have barbershop talk. That's all we can do. And that's part of the fun of, this game. That's part of the fun of doing this, man, because I get to interact with each and one of y'all. So when we talk about is Kawhi Leonard a top 5 NBA player now, there's a few factors on why some people would choose to leave him out, and we're going to get into all that. But if we talk about the top players in the league, we talk about guys like, of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? Talk about Steph Curry, right? We're talking about Luka Doncic. We're talking about Joel Embiid. We're talking about Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum, right? These are some of the top guys in the NBA. LeBron, you kind of put them in the top 10 as well. But these are some of the top faces in the NBA, right? But we're talking about the Claw today. Now, first off, let me just get out the way. Kawhi Leonard is a top 5 player. Okay? If you look at his statistics and what he's accomplished, right, this is what he's been since he's been in the league. Okay? That's been what he's been in the league since he's been around. Let me move this out the way as well. Like I said, he's a two-time MVP or two-time Finals MVP, two-time NBA champion, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, 7-time All-Star, has the highest winning percentage in NBA playoff history. The best two-way player of this era, in my opinion. I mean, there's just so much stuff we can name, and we can kind of backtrack that is he the best player in the league or a top 5? I put a poll on my Instagram and actually asked this question. I was surprised how some people have left him out of his top 5. That's why in the title, in the picture, I said Kawhi Leonard. The caption read, "Don't forget about me," because I feel like a lot of people forgot about Kawhi Leonard. Okay, but his statistics are there, his impact is there, his game is there, everything is there. The man has no weaknesses in his game. First of all, he's he's the best defensive player in this era. Anybody else disagrees with me, I can put it in the comment section. But Kawhi Leonard is the best defensive player in this era. Yes, I said it. He's better than Draymond Green. He's better than Rudy Gobert. He's better than Patrick Beverly. He's better than Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's better than Jimmy Butler. He's better than all these guys defensively. You know why? Because not only does he have to lock down the opposing team's best player, but he also has to score at a high clip. He still has to score over 25 points a game. He's been doing it over the last 3-4 seasons. Actually, the last 4 or 5 seasons he's been doing that. Because 2017 he was hurt, so he only played 9 games. But if he had played a full game, he would have averaged his normal 25 plus a game, right? But people may say, "Oh, he's not the same defender he was in San Antonio." What happens is, this is what makes him the best two-way player and the best defender, is that he had more responsibility on the defense, on the offensive end. You got to understand, playing two ways takes a lot of energy out of you. You understand? It takes a lot of energy out of you to play two ways of the basketball. And at the end of the day, you can't ask for the man to be averaging 25, 26 points a game while still being what he was in San Antonio. He's still a two-time all-defensive team player. The last 3 years he's been with the Clippers. He's still been on the all-defensive second team. So that still means he's one of the top 10 defenders in the NBA. Anybody doesn't believe me can go fact-check them themselves. I checked before I got on here. He's been on the second all-defensive team ever since he's been with the Clippers, while averaging 25 plus a game. Right? That's Jordan, Kobe, S. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Miss Davis? Nice to see you again. Yes, I agree. They don't give him the respect that he should get. Right. They don't. But we're going to give him this respect today. Now, if y'all look at the first column where it says GP, that means games played. Everybody in my poll I asked who said that Kawhi is not a top 5 player, pretty much about 90% of them said it was because of his being injury prone, him not being healthy, him not ever being available is why they don't put him in the top 5. Now, this is where I say the media can really contaminate people's minds. The media controls the narrative. The media controls what we think as NBA fans if you do not do your own research, right? Because people will have you believing that Kawhi Leonard is never healthy. Okay? Now, first of all, let's get something straight. Most of the top players are not playing 82 games a season anymore. They're not playing 82 games a season anymore because of a number of reasons. Because of rest, because of the impact of the season, because of the team organization asking players to sit out certain games throughout the year. There's no player who's really playing 82 games every year. They have options to sit out. Okay. Now, if I look through a few of these players, I'm going to show you that Kawhi Leonard is not as injury prone and as unavailable as people may think. Take a guy like Anthony Davis, or take a guy like LeBron James. Let's start with LeBron, as far as what I think about him being injury prone and how people just try to use that as such a way to just discredit him from being in the top 5 because Kawhi's never hurt or not. Kawhi's never healthy. So let's go through a few of these players. This is LeBron James. Of course, LeBron's top 5 NBA player of all time. There's no disputing that. But look at the games he's played within the last since 2016 compared to Kawhi. Go back to 2016. Kawhi played in 2016. LeBron played 74 games, 82 games in 2017. 2018 he played 55. 2019 he played 67. 2020 he played 45. Last year he played 56. Let's actually start at 2018. So the last 4 seasons, he's played 55, 67, 45, 56. So keep that in your head. That's what LeBron has played. Now, if I go back to Kawhi, 2018, Kawhi played 60 games. Again, LeBron played 55 in 2018. 2019, LeBron played 67. Kawhi played 57. 2020, LeBron played 45. Kawhi played 52. So in the last 4 seasons, and then this year, LeBron played 56, and Kawhi didn't play at all because he got hurt. My point is that nobody says that LeBron James is injury prone the last 4 seasons. Nobody talks about this in the media, but they get all in Kawhi's case that he chooses not to play when he's played more games than than LeBron James, more games than Anthony Davis. Right? These other players, Joel Embiid is another one. This man, the last 4 seasons, played 64 games, 51 games, and 68 games. Kawhi Leonard, since 2018, 60, 57, 52. So he's played more games than Joel Embiid from 2018 to 2020. The knock is, again, Kawhi is the only player in the NBA who gets this knock that he doesn't play. He's always sitting out. He's always injury prone. What's really happening is that the only 2 seasons he's had major injuries was in 2017 with the Spurs with his knee, and then this year with his ACL. That's it. I don't get this notion that people want to just take away Kawhi's top 5 card because they feel like he's always hurt, which is that's not true. He's playing more than 67. He's playing more than 70% of the games since every time he's not having no big injury. When he doesn't have a big injury, he's playing more than 70, 75% of the games. That's enough data to solidify he's the top 5 player or not. This ain't no rookie. This ain't somebody that just came into the league. This guy's been proven since he's won his championship, since he won a championship in Toronto, him being a 2-time defensive player of the year, 2-time finals MVP, 2-time NBA champion. He's already had these accolades. So people keep saying, "Oh, well, Kawhi's not top 5, man, because he doesn't play, man. He sits out too much. He's too injury prone." Well, you're going to have to explain to me what injury prone really means. You telling me that a player is supposed to play every single game of the season? Because I got news for you. If you're looking for that, you're going to be very, very disappointed. But here's the problem, though. A lot of people, I'm glad I remember to say this. The same people who keep saying Kawhi Leonard should play every single game of the season will be the same people who will be upset and angry with him or try to criticize him when he gets hurt. Remember this. When Kawhi got hurt in 2017, I'm going to put the picture up here so y'all can see. When Kawhi Leonard got hurt in 2017, he actually was going and playing through the injuries that he already sustained. Right? When he got hurt in that Golden State game, by Zaza Pacheep shot, I call him Zaza Pacheep shot, he actually was trying to, play through an injury that he previously had in that game. But it cost him because usually with one injury, it flames up another. Usually your calf can flame up your ankle, or your quad can, flame up your hamstring, or everything's connected to something else. Okay? So this is what happened in 2017 when he hurt his knee. Kawhi ain't been this guy in his whole career where he just sits out of games and doesn't play. Make no mistake, when they talk about load management, that's something I've talked about this in my other videos. That's something that he has to do in order for him to be fresh for the playoffs. Again, this guy has the best winning percentage in the NBA playoffs. So if you're upset because he misses like about 15, 20 games because he has to actually make sure he's ready for the playoffs, so he doesn't get re-injured like he did this year, I would ask you to have a little bit more compassion. Because in this injury right here, he tried to play through an injury previous and he got hurt again. And then what happened was the next season, when he found out the Spurs trying to, force him outside to play, and instead of, letting him rest and the team doctors trying to clear him too soon, he got a second opinion and found he had a condition in his knee. I forgot the exact name for him. Basically, in order for him to, last for a full season, he has to make sure he, take certain games off to be able to be fresh for the playoffs. These people try to make him say you got to play 82 games, bro. That's unrealistic. Hell, even healthy players who play every single game and don't get really hurt, they don't even play 82 games a season. The only person I could think of who plays most of the whole season is this guy right here, Nikola Jokic. He's the only guy. But other guys like Steph, Joel, AD, who else? I think Giannis has missed some time as well. All these guys miss time. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I just think people just try to throw it out the window, say, "Oh, Kawhi can't be top 5 because he's always hurt, bro." Either one or two things: they don't watch Kawhi Leonard, or two, they're trying to make special rules because of his actual game. If you're talking about his actual game, I've said this before. He has no weaknesses. He has no weaknesses in his game. He can shoot he can shoot mid-range, shoot the three, he can get to the basket, he can play defense. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's a very good passer. He's a very good leader, very good. He's no nonsense guy. He works hard. He's like, dude, he has nothing in his actual game that you can say he can't be top 5. Just saying that because he doesn't play every single game in the season, that's a bad reason not to put him in the top 5. And that was everybody's explanation that I asked why they couldn't put him there in my polls. Right? Because he ends up getting hurt this year or this past year where he tweaks his ankle. I can tell you right now, that injury that Joe Ingles pushed Kawhi while he was going fast break, I can tell you right now, that was something overloading his body. Right? When he overloaded his body, that's what caused that injury with Joe Ingles in the playoffs last season. Because really, all Joe Ingles did was just somewhat bump him a little bit. He didn't even fully hit him hard. Right? Like, I'm just going to show you right here in this picture. I'm going to show y'all in this picture what I'm talking about. How I can prove to y'all this was not even this was just not an injury that this is an injury that was bound to happen because, again, he chose to play back-to-backs. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Put this up here so y'all can see. Okay, look, this is the play like in the playoffs in 2021. All Joe Ingles did was just nudge Kawhi very gently. And then his knee buckles. That's because of the overbearing playing back-to-backs. Now, I'm sorry. If you guys are mad and people are upset because he chooses to stick out of games and you want him to play every game and you think, oh, he doesn't play enough, that to me, I can't respect that. As long as my guy is ready for the playoffs, as long as he plays a respectful amount of games during the season, I don't give a damn if him not playing 82 games. Sit out. I don't care. You just make sure you be ready for the playoffs. Because now we're in a situation where the Clippers are having to try to play catch up. Because make no mistake about it, if Kawhi Leonard was playing in this series and playing the playoffs in 2021, they would have went to the finals, and I think they would have beat Milwaukee. Because we've seen Kawhi already beat Giannis already head-to-head. If Kawhi was healthy this past year, then I feel like the Clippers had a chance to get back to the finals again. But because he chose to play back-to-backs like Coach Ty Lue said, and all that stuff the year previously in the bubble, this is what happens. This is what happens. And this is why I understand. That's why I understand why certain people, that's why I see why Kawhi doesn't care what people think about him. This dude has listened to the masses before, and he's always gotten the short end of the stick. He's always gotten hurt. He ends up in 2017, that same year he played all them games. I think he played 74 games that year. That's the same time he got hurt on this play. That was the same season. He played almost damn near a full year, and then he ends up getting hurt. And not only that, it's the same organization who was supposed to be protecting him ends up overplaying him and trying to clear him before he was actually supposed to be cleared, and he gets a second opinion from a doctor, and the doctor tells him, look, you have a condition, you have to load manage if you want to continuously play for a number of years, or else you're going to shorten your career. I would not fault somebody for them to lengthen their career. And then the same thing happens this year. He was just fine in that. What's funny is he was fine in the bubble in 2020. He was fine. And then this next year he gets hurt again. It's not his condition, because Kawhi's he's obviously strong as hell. It ain't got nothing to do with him being in shape. He ain't like Anthony Davis where his bones are brittle, he doesn't lift, he doesn't work out. The man's a workout warrior. So it ain't nothing to do with like his body structure, how he is. It's just basically he has a condition where he has to be able to be sensitive to it. He cannot play a full season. There's no way. Bruce said he's not injury prone, he's load management prone. He's a founding member of the load management of. No, actually that's Greg Popovich. Popovich is the one that started that load management situation, Bruce. You know that. He's the one that set out Tony Parker and Manu and Tim Duncan, sent them home from Miami on a road game. Greg Popovich started all this. I don't blame him for not complaining if he won't come back too soon and re-injured, and then what? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Mrs. Davis. The same people who continuously cried and complained that he doesn't play a full season will be the same ones that turn their head once he gets hurt. Do you want him to play a full season and risk an injury, or do you want him to play a respectful amount of games a season and then be ready for the playoffs? That you got to make a choice. Popovich is the founder of Kawhi's. Bruce is trolling. How can Kawhi be the founding member when he wasn't the first person to do it, Bruce? Again, it was Ginobili, Parker, and Tim Duncan. They were the founding members. But anyway, that's back to this top 5 situation. The question again, people, it's weird. It's amazing how people try to dodge the question. The question is Kawhi Leonard a top 5 player in the NBA? And I'm not talking about, he has to be. No, we're talking about, because I just showed y'all a list of players who've missed more games than Kawhi Leonard the last 3 seasons. I just showed y'all LeBron, AD, Steph. These guys have missed just as many games as Kawhi Leonard, and their top 5 card never gets pulled. But because Kawhi has such a stigma against him, because I guess he doesn't have the strongest, best relationship with the media, they try to find things to, make him, react. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link and let people in here. My man plays with keepers up, bro. He said, I really rooting for Kawhi. I would hate to see him go out. Nah, Grant Hill he ain't gonna go out like Grant Hill, little bro. He's already got enough accolades where he, like Bruce said, he can retire as a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. But he has to stick to his routine, his protocol. That means you can't play overbear your body. You cannot play 82, 78 games a year. You can't do it, because every time you've done it, the last 2 times, you end up with a major injury. And those same people who are criticizing you are not going to be the ones to go through that rehab and all that strenuous work to get back to what you were, man. Who got time for that? I ain't finna listen to nobody. I'm gonna listen to my doctors, I'm listening to God, listen to my family. That's it. I'm gonna listen to people who ain't got no interest, just want to see me play, and they ain't gonna be there for me when I get injured. That's what happened to Kobe Bryant and his Achilles. I don't know if people ain't learned from the people before them. Every time, your body is not made to be doing sports. I hope people understand that. Your body is not made to do sports. Died to Brumfield, what's good with you, man? He said when he plays, he's all out. Yeah. And what's funny is when he's out on the court, man, nobody plays as hard as Kawhi Leonard. You got Russell Westbrook, of course, but this dude goes out on both ends and gets it done. No one in the league does that anymore. No one goes and plays elite both ways like how he does. Not KD, not LeBron, Giannis to an extent, but even with him, he's more of a help side defender. He's not going to just guard up their best player. Not Steph Curry. None of these guys have that type of motor. None of those guys have that type of strength to be able to do that. You know, it's crazy to me. Like, I think we all know, you know, what Kawhi is at this point of his career. It shouldn't have to be no question. He has to come back and get his top 5 card. Nah, man, he's already proven. He's already been in the league long enough where you should know who he is. It's no, you know, it's I feel like, again, if you got 5 players who are legitimately better than Kawhi, then I want to hear him. I want to hear him, and I want to hear why. Because he's put out every player in the playoffs. He's put out pretty much every player in the playoff you can think of. He put out Giannis in 2019. He put out Luka twice. He put out Joel Embiid. He's put out Steph Curry. Only person he hasn't put out is Jokic. That's the only person. He's put everybody else out. What up, Bruce?
Hey man, what's up? How you doing?
What's good, bro?
Just came from church. Just got home. And I saw.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I was doing my prayer earlier today too.
Yeah. So Kawhi is in my top 5 players of all time. Right?
I'm sorry, what?
He's one of my favorite players of all time. He's in my top 5.
Wait. Are you saying he's a top 5 player of all time? He's just one of your top 5 players.
Yes, one of my top 5 favorite players.
Okay.
Yes, but I cannot lie. Ain't for any of those players. Okay. So he's not injury prone. He's load management prone. And that's something that people need to blame Popovich for. So I think there's something wrong with his knees, and he's trying to make his career last longer. That's why he wants to do it.
I agree. So do you feel he's a top 5 player right now?
If he's healthy, yes.
Okay.
If he's on the floor, he is. And I think he can be the best player if he plays the way he was playing until Joe Ingles did dirty. I'm sorry, you said it was a bump? I think it was a dirty play.
How you feel it was a dirty play?
The guy was already gone, and he just like tried to stop, but to prevent him to score, but to really prevent him to score. Joe Ingles is one of the dirtiest players of all time.
No, that's true. That's true. I just don't think. I don't know how you can get some. I just don't think you can hurt somebody like by just bumping them. I don't think he knew that he can hurt him. I don't disagree with you that he's dirty, but I don't know if Joe Ingles knew he could hurt him.
Okay. I don't want to give Joe Ingles the benefit of the doubt. He has hurt other people before, so I don't like this player. So I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. But do you think? Okay, so you say Popovich is responsible for the load management.
Yes.
So
I don't think he trying to hurt the NBA doing it, because he was trying to rest his old superstars. to
Yeah.
make them last longer for the playoff, like you were mentioning earlier. But other teams use that an excuse, and they make it worse. They went steroids on it. They went extreme.
Yeah, and that's kind of what my point was initially. Like, there's so many other players who don't play a lot of games. Like, they don't play the full season no more. But the only person who gets the stigma of always being hurt is Kawhi. You got a couple of players like probably AD is another one, but Kawhi is the guy who gets most of the shell shock of it. Even though he's played more games than LeBron in the last 3 seasons, he's played more games than AD. He's played more games than I want to even say Joel Embiid as well.
I mean, all the teams do it. All the teams, like Warriors, did it a lot. They're resting Steph Curry when
Yeah,
he's not really injured, and LeBron. I think I think LeBron was more resting. They were trying to end the season well. I don't think he was really that injured last season. It's because he's getting tired more easier now.
but would you rather have a player sit back and like play a certain respectful amount of games, like say 60 to about 70 games?
Hmm.
Do you think that's respectful amount, or do you think that they should get backlash for not playing every single game and then playing the playoffs?
Uh, I think they should play amount, the same amount of games because we always hear about there's more, there's better health now, there's better doctors, there's better,
Hmm.
you know, treatments these days.
Right.
So how come they need rest? Like all the players, like in past years, decades ago, if those players were so bad, they didn't need rest, and they were playing 82 games, 70 at least. So you have better treatment, better athletes. Why do you need rest?
That's what separates, I think, Kawhi from other players because he really has a condition. Like you just said, back in 17, I forgot the name of it, but they diagnosed him with some type of condition he had where he was overcompensating one leg, and that's how he hurt the other one.
Yeah,
Just
we saw
recently.
it in Toronto against Toronto. Yep.
Right. So it's like, and he was playing hurt that series. His
Yeah, he
knee
was.
limping up the floor. So it's like this notion that he never plays through injuries. This notion that he just, sits out of games. He ain't got like he has a legitimate excuse and reason to sit out of games. But guys like, you know, who just sit out just to sit out, those are the ones I think you have a better point with saying, like, well, they got technology, they got this, they got that, but yet they're missing more time and they're getting more injured.
Okay, that's why I'm pissed at Zaza, whatever his name is, Zaza, because we could have had a better Kawhi than right now. Imagine how good he is right now without that injury. He'll be way better.
What you think he would have had? What you think would have been different?
Um, More going to the basket more. You know, he can go. I mean, he would drive more. He was more athletic. I think he was more athletic before the injury.
Yeah, and he's had some monster dunks now. I think the first year with the Clippers, man, he dunked on damn near everybody. He dunked on DeAndre Ayton. He dunked on a lot of different bigs, man. Like he had a lot of posters.
Yes, I mean, I'm still pissed about 2021. That was a championship they could have won.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
it's the Clippers' year to get it. So if they don't win, there's no excuses, man.
Do you think they will win?
I don't know. I have to see.
Who you think it could be a challenge out west for them, other than the Warriors? Who you think can be another challenge for them?
Uh, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. Denver. I haven't seen Jamal Murray yet. Um, I don't know about Phoenix. I don't know if they're gonna take a step back. I don't see any other team.
What about New Orleans?
They're young. Who's their point guard? Who's is that the guy who tried to steal the ball in the backcourt? Is that the starting point guard?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready.
Yeah, I don't think
And
he is.
is Zion's gonna be healthy for the whole season? I know he's gonna load manage a lot.
Yeah, he's. You think he gonna low manage?
Yes, because he's injury prone. The GM is probably gonna say, "Hey, we're not gonna play Zion the whole season this year, just to see how he is. Maybe next year we play more games."
Are you a big believer in Zion? Do you like Zion?
I haven't seen anything from Zion except dunks and spinning.
Yeah, yeah. I think because he averaged. I think he averaged like 27 or like 54% shooting or something like that. Something crazy like that.
Yeah,
So you know,
but I know you love Kawhi. Is Kawhi your favorite basketball player of all time?
nah, Kobe is.
You
Um,
think Kobe would be happy if Kawhi missing games?
I think he'd be understanding of it.
Mm.
I don't
I
think.
mean,
I think he'd be more mad at Kyrie.
Kobe after retirement would understand. Kobe playing? I don't know.
Yeah, he's cut from a different cloth. Active 57. What's up, man? Active 57. He'll come back. Um, nah, I think Kobe he's just a different breed, man. Like, he's the type of person he would play through Achilles tear if he could. Like LeBron, like Kawhi ain't doing that, man. He ain't playing through something that's gonna, further hurt his career. Like that's why I said earlier, the Kobe, if anybody wants to see what playing through everything looks like, look at Kobe and look how his body broke down. So like athletes, like the playing basketball is not supposed to be. It takes away your body, doesn't enhance it.
Mm.
So
But it enhance your lifestyle.
yeah, look at these dunks, man. And this again, he's had some monster dunks, man.
Yeah,
So when you say he could be better, that's pretty scary.
they could have been better, and I think the Spurs were better than the Warriors. That's why a lot of San Antonio Spurs they still mad at Kawhi because they could have win championships with him still,
Yeah, I think they could have beat the Warriors that because they were beating the Warriors throughout the season.
and
That
that's why I
season.
say the Warriors were not invincible. That's not true.
Yeah.
The 73-9, they play a lot of bad teams. They were just lucky some nights.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be an interesting. So who's your top five players right now?
Um, if everybody is healthy, it's gonna be Giannis. Well, if everybody's healthy, if it's the same Kawhi number one.
Kawhi number one,
I think Kawhi
Giannis.
is better than Giannis, in my opinion. I know a lot of people gonna say, but I think Kawhi is better. and Kawhi should have won more Defensive Player of the Year. And I think it's disrespectful to people. I heard Nick White said Draymond is better than Kawhi defensively. I was just
He's an
he
idiot.
say a lot of stupid stuff lately, so I don't know.
Dude's an idiot.
Kawhi, Giannis, Curry. Well, I Embiid. That's 4, I think.
Yes, for Embiid.
I have to give it to Jokic, the last part, because he won the MVP. But he doesn't really play defense. But
So you think Jokic is better than Luka?
yes.
Okay. Active 57. What's good, man? Active 57. What's good?
Inactive, if you say.
Man, y'all got to come on here ready to go, man. Y'all come here ready to go, man. But yeah, this season, bro, is going to be epic. I think.
I saw the schedule is coming out next week, right?
Yeah, the Lakers and Warriors play opening night.
They just want LeBron on people's face.
Yeah, that's gonna be a massacre.
Why can't they do? Are they gonna have Warriors and Celtics Christmas?
Probably.
They should have Warriors and Mavericks opening night.
Yeah, that could be good.
Or Warriors Suns. Why Warriors Lakers? I don't get it, man.
Yeah, they ain't make the playoffs. Anybody else?
Why not Warriors Clippers?
They had the Warriors Clippers last year.
That would have been fun, man. You see Kawhi the first night. Come on, man.
Yeah, they did that last year. They did Warriors Clippers last year.
Didn't I see Warriors Lakers last year for the week on TNT? I think that was opening week.
Yeah, they destroyed them. Every game. They beat them in the preseason and they beat them in the opening night with the Lakers.
And people were saying, "Oh, it's just the first game. The Lakers gonna be fine." Whatever.
Yeah, it's just the 10th game. It's just the 20th game. Oh, it's just the 45th game.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
So I see that James Harden and Kevin Durant are friends now. So KD is going to the Sixers. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, they KD's weird, man.
I told you, too much drama. I don't want KD on my team.
Yeah, you did tell me that. KD 1 minute will be mad at you, next day he'll be your best friend. All right, I'm gonna try this again. Active 57, I'm gonna try this again. You gotta. I can't even add you to the stream, bro. Hold on. Yo. Active 57. Oh my gosh, man.
Maybe that person is trolling, or I don't know.
Some gotta be. Hey man, if y'all this is the last time, man. Y'all can't be just coming here not knowing what y'all gonna do, man. But I'm a big believer that Kawhi's gonna come out with a bang this year. And y'all can put this in the comments what y'all think. He's gonna come out with a bang this year. He's gonna have something to prove.
He looks motivated.
Do you think he looked fat in that picture, or do you think he looked cut?
It looks like a tank.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Will he be able to move?
Well, he's never had a problem like.
The size I see that he is now, I don't know. It's never been that size.
Well, you gotta remember too. I think what he also, because he still got what two more months to the season starts, so it could be a lot of times with cutting weight and then gaining it. Because there's a time throughout the season I remember I saw Kawhi. He was like skinny. He was super skinny. I think they're playing the Mavericks, and he looked like he ain't ate in like 2 weeks.
Mm.
So he might just be gaining this weight, right? This comfort weight, and then he's gonna just cut it down for these last 2 months, and he'll probably look at like 225, 235 when the season starts.
Yeah, we'll see. I just want Kawhi to win again to shut up some people.
How'd you become a Kawhi fan?
Uh, I guess I was D-Wade fan, and I saw him play against the Heat. I was like,
Mhm.
hey, this young guy is interesting. He reminds me of someone, but he doesn't score the ball like MJ and Kobe. If he has that part of the game, he's gonna be the best player. And then all of a sudden, I see now he's doing fadeaway, post up. I'm like, oh, you know. And against the Warriors in that conference finals, he was dominating, man. And I saw this guy stretch out his foot. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, they knew what they had. Zaza Pachulia knew he had to take him out because he was better than he was better. He was the best player on the court. I remember that series. He was the best player
He
on the
was the
court.
best player on the court. And the KD saying that Kawhi is a system player is BS. I guess KD is a system player. I mean, the Warriors player system, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Because
so.
that's the best KD we ever seen when he was in the Warriors.
Yeah, I agree.
He was playing defense. Nobody saw KD playing defense that before until he played with the Warriors.
You already know what that was about. You already know who did that to him. That was Draymond.
Yeah. So Kawhi just has all the tools. He just needs to close to get that Denver taste. I want that Denver taste out of the Clippers. Clippers need to win a championship, man. They've been so good. And I'm tired of Lakers fans talking about Denver, 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 Denver.
Yeah, I'm tired of it too. I think it'll all be gone this upcoming like the last few years is people have been saying it's because of injury. Only time people can say anything is because of injury.
People don't like Kawhi because Kawhi doesn't, like I said the other night, he doesn't like to um, show himself, like go to the media and talk and as insiders or something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why and NBA media doesn't like it because he doesn't open up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think he needs to, like you say, he needs to win a championship this year. If they don't win it, if they don't get it done this year, everybody's healthy, then they're gonna probably. I won't say they won't split the team up, but they'll be looking at like, yo, like, what do we else we have to do?
The owner
They,
is looking for a championship.
oh yeah, they need to. They definitely need to be in the conference finals at least. They need to get to the conference finals, and now if they get to the conference finals and they have like a hard slaughter with the Warriors, it won't be like a disappointment because it's not like a surefire like the Clippers are better than the Warriors. Like they're both neck and neck. So losing to them wouldn't be something like, oh my gosh. But internally, I think fans look at this as the Clippers, they have to win.
I'm not really sure about the Warriors yet because the loss of Gary Payton is huge to me.
Yeah, I think so too. Because who'd they get from? They lost him and Otto Porter.
Yes, they lost that Belica guy.
Yeah.
He was a good passing being there, a good passing big man. They lost again.
I
Otto
think they're
Porter,
rolling on.
JP.
I think they're rolling on Klay Thompson being in full form again. I think that's what they're rolling
We'll
on.
see. I think this could be Draymond Green last year on the team. If they don't win again next year, this is Draymond Green last year on the team.
You think they're tired of him?
Yes, Warriors fans are tired of him. Trust me. I watched the Warriors. I watch a lot of Clippers and Warriors game. I cannot stand Draymond Green. I don't hate Draymond Green like Ticket, like $1 Million Man, whatever. I didn't even know he was talking about him that way. Until I said, "Oh, he's talking about Draymond." But I cannot stand him, man. Too many theatrics.
Yeah, if I was on an opposing team, it's kind of like Pat Bev. If I was on an opposing team, I wouldn't like him.
I was a Clippers fan. I couldn't stand Pat Beverly. He thinks he's better than he is. He's better than me, but I don't think he's that good as he thinks.
What's crazy is he was like in high school, he averaged like almost 40 points a game.
I mean, what was it, a big city or rural?
He's from Chicago. He's from the city.
Yeah, there's rural side in Chicago.
Nah, he's from the city. He's from the projects. He's from.
I guess that high school was not that big.
Nah, he went to an actual Chicago public high school. Like he played against competition. He played against D Rose.
But if he's that good, how come he didn't close the games against the Wolves?
What do you mean?
When they were leading 4 games straight. They were leading 4 games and they lost.
Are you talking about they lost to Memphis?
Yeah, to Memphis. I'm sorry. Yes, against Memphis.
And they had Anthony Edwards there, man. That's their go-to. Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns. Those are the 2 best players. I mean, even if the cream of the crop, if you're the cream of the crop in high school, there's a good chance you can be a role player in the pros. That's just how competitive it is.
Okay, but we'll see. He's gonna be in Utah. I see that Lakers fans want him now. He was they call him bum when he was at Clippers. Now they want Pat Beverly on their Lakers. Wow, that's crazy funny to me.
Well, LeBron fans want Kyrie when all they did was trash him, saying that he wouldn't win anything about LeBron. So they're just desperate at this point. Anything is better than Westbrook.
I don't think Westbrook is that bad. He's just cannot play with LeBron. And I hate the Westbrook bashing. That's too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you think so? You still think he's an all-star?
Westbrook?
Yeah.
In the East? In the East, he has more chance to be an all-star.
Yeah.
I mean, who's better than him as a point guard? Like, I know Curry's gonna get it.
Dame Lillard. Chris Paul.
I don't know.
Luka.
No. That playoff is a bad thing.
Luka's better
He's a
than
point guard. I
Westbrook.
thought he was a small forward. I don't know why they put him as a point guard.
I guess he's a point forward. Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 point guards better than him.
I think the days of Westbrook being an all-star in the West are done.
Oh yeah, that's done. That's been done. Ever since Lillard put that shot on him, He's never been the same.
He was more on Paul George.
Yeah, Westbrook was on talking trash, and he played bad. He played horrible that series. He played bad.
Yeah, his shot selection is questionable.
Yeah, his shot selection is not this bad.
That's why I'm not a. I used to be a big Chris Paul fan. He lost 2 playoffs for the Clippers. They were leading against Oklahoma, OKC. Chris Paul made a stupid turnover twice in that series.
Yeah, I remember.
And what's the other one? I forgot. Against the Houston Rockets.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't hurt that series?
No, he was not hurt. He was hurt against Portland.
I could have sworn he sat out for some games in that series.
No. That's when Jamal Crawford was shooting all those bricks.
Oh, okay.
And Josh Smith and Dwight Howard won the series, not James Harden. Everybody like James Harden. James Harden never wins a playoff.
I remember we faced the Spurs and he choked that game 6 away.
Yes.
When Kawhi not even playing.
Well, KD is gonna be the Sixers now. So.
Is he?
Seems like it. They're body now.
Yeah, it's kind of sound like some female stuff to me. You're cool with me one
That's
minute.
what I was thinking. I was like, that's what happened with my sisters. What is going on? My sisters and my friends and her friends. I was like, what the?
Yeah, man. You should look at Donovan Mitchell's face.
Yeah.
That's who people need to be watching out for. Like, where's Donovan Mitchell gonna go?
It's obvious he doesn't want to be in Utah. He's in New York all summer or Miami.
Shit, ain't nothing to do in Utah. Well, I'll take that back. No, it ain't nothing to do for black people in Utah. You know what I'm saying?
I know you love Donovan Mitchell, but I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I know. I think we had that discussion about who's better between him and Ja, and I said I think Mitchell's better.
I would take Ja. I mean, who's better skilled? Donovan. Who's more athletic? Ja. Who would I want on my team? Ja. I'm not a big enough fan.
It's close on the athletic tip. Donovan's free. He has like a 40-something inch vertical too.
Who's a better defender?
Well, that's a scratch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking at when Donovan walked Ja down in the playoffs.
Ja was a rookie or second year.
Well, that's my thing. Like, he ain't on Donovan's level yet.
I think he's better than Donovan Mitchell now. So I don't know.
I mean, Donovan's first year, he got past the first round.
I mean, he had veterans on his team.
He had Ricky Rubio, he had Joe Ingles, he had Rudy Gobert.
Yes, veterans.
But it's like he was the best player on the team. Like they gave him the team.
To me, Donovan Mitchell was better the first 2 years. Now, I don't know. He changed his game, shooting stupid long threes for no reason.
That's why I think it was that he started off too fast. I don't think it's that he got better. I just think that he started off higher than anybody else. Like he was just doing things a rookie shouldn't be doing. So I think he just settled into what a 4th, 5th year player actually looks like.
Yes. So
that's why I think it is. But I think if you put him on like a team like Miami, then I think he will actually win.
Miami will be great. And your friend, the one who calls your nephew, he'll be happy.
Yeah, Big Tone. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
When he
remember
plays
this
more
game?
defense.
Remember this game?
Yes, I remember this game.
That was like opening night too.
Yes.
So
Number 11 is a free agent. I wonder where he's gonna go. Montrezl Harrell. Do you want Montrezl Harrell back? The Clippers.
nah, he's the reason why. He's the reason why the Clippers are going to. They got more chemistry because he was the one messing the chemistry up.
He was moody in the bubble. I guess I cannot blame him. His grandmother passed away, but you know. People keep blaming Paul George and Kawhi for the bubble. Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams were horrible. Horrible.
Kawhi, he only had one really mediocre, and it wasn't even like a bad game. It was just a mediocre game. He was playing well the whole series.
Mm.
Paul George, I love PG, but yeah, he was not. He did not play up to how he needed to play. If he just played 80% of how he is, they would have won that series. So
Denver was not that good.
I gotta give blame to PG.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. But that's why I wanted to come out here and kind of disclose. You know, is Kawhi a top 5 player? Obviously, we know he is, but I just think people use the fact that he's not playing right now. Oh, he came in the top 5.
Yeah.
So
he is top 5 to me. He's 1 or 2. If he's healthy and if he's back to the All-Star way. I think Kawhi is a silent killer. He doesn't do promotions about his skills. Maybe except the commercial about the sneakers.
mm-hmm. Which Kawhi do you like the most? Do you like the one in
Toronto Kawhi?
That was the best one?
Yes, to me, that's the best one. The one shutting down Giannis. After the first 2 games, Giannis was like kind of giving the looks like, Toronto, that's gonna be easy. And then Kawhi said, "Oh, give me Giannis."
Yeah, I remember that. Remember that interview he said with Phil Handy?
Yes.
I wonder how Giannis feels about Kawhi.
He respects him. And I think he's waiting for a second shot to play him again.
Yeah.
Other players respect Kawhi because even Luka said, I respect Kawhi. That's the only guy I respect on that team when he were playing the Clippers.
Yeah. He's as a Terminator.
Yeah, D-Wade was like, hey, I tried talking trash to Kawhi. This dude doesn't say anything back. And that's very disturbing to me.
It's like Tim Duncan. It's like, Shaq said that's the only person who he can never get in his head. Like,
yeah, Kevin Garnett said the same thing too.
It's like he's stone faced. He's not puzzled. And I think that's who he learned it from. Because in college, because Kawhi went to San Diego State, I mean, it was just a match made in heaven. He went to San Antonio.
Yes.
Because he got a chance to be around Tim Duncan. Like, I think once Tim Duncan left, then that's when the Spurs kind of like their organization kind of flummoxed. Yeah, Kawhi had that 1 year after Tim Duncan left, but after that, I think Kawhi got tired of being there. I think Tim Duncan shielded a lot of things from him.
I think Miss Davis should guess one day. Miss Balloon Davis should guess one day.
Yeah, she's been. Yeah, I asked her if she wants to come on. She's been the moderator a lot. She's
been on every stream, almost like 99%.
Yeah, she is awesome. Definitely love Mrs. Davis. So, but yeah, man. Well, we'll be back on tomorrow. You're in Houston, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I'm moving, and it's a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I might try. I'll try. I'll be in the comments, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, no problem, man. If you can, cool. If not, cool, man. I'll see you next week.
Yes, no problem.
All right, bro.
All right.
All right, y'all. So that concludes today's episode of the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Is Kawhi Leonard a top 5 player in the NBA? Okay, we got to talk about it, man. Do we think Kawhi Leonard is the best? Is he the best player in the NBA? I believe when healthy, Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the NBA. Do you guys believe that Kawhi Leonard's top 5 card should be taken away because he didn't play last year? Just all in all, man, we just want to hear the conversations, man. We definitely appreciate y'all coming through, man, the vibes and everything that y'all do for us, man. But we respectfully say until next time, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull out. Peace. Out there like swimwear.